What's the name of this one?
Oasis.
Yeah.
Just like the
Give,
like the band.
give me Walking the Ducks.
Yeah. So there's two different ones, right? Like I got the soundboard up here that plays these like the high energy stuff, and then Feeding the Ducks. That's good background music there. Just like Feeding the Ducks.
Yeah, but I don't. It doesn't make me think about feeding ducks. It makes me think about seduction, cologne,
Cologne.
silk
Yeah.
robes, candle wax.
Yo, it's funny. Do you remember going to Kaufman's the day of one of some dance, and oh, now you turn it up.
No, I didn't. I'm not touching it.
I don't know how that's working.
Self-adjusting.
The and the ladies in the perfume department saw us walking in there and said, "These guys need Aqua de Jo."
Were they right?
A couple $30 bottles of Aqua di Gio.
They were right. They knew their customers well. Dude, I remember that stuff. That was like I don't know, I liked that one. That was next level.
Yeah.
Seemed distinguished from the Drakkar Noir Polo Sport.
Yeah. It was newer, right? It like the Drakkar Noir stuff is dad, at that point, dad cologne.
Yeah, but like greasy dad cologne.
Yeah.
Like if your dad was like a little like maybe you didn't want him around your friends all the time and that kind of guy.
Yeah, dad, you don't want around cologne.
Yeah.
Drakkar Noir.
Did your dad wear cologne?
I don't think he did. He might have.
I remember so my dad wore Obsession by Calvin Klein. And that it was just like his smell, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? That and some Skin Bracer. That was his combination. But I liked it. It smelled good.
Skin Bracer.
Yeah. I remember he gave me a little bottle. They give you those little mini bottles that looked like just the same as the big one. He gave me a mini one when I was like, I don't know, 14, and I was pretty pumped.
He gave me one when I was 6, when I started the first grade.
Yeah, I started wearing Obsession by Calvin Klein. Teachers would ask me what my scent was.
There's no impression like the first impression.
It's Obsession.
Yeah. Well, let's just jump into it. We got some topics we got to talk about. I went ahead and added some banners here.
I think the most unique of all the scents was Jean Paul Gaultier, the bottle that looked like the
body,
torso. Yeah,
the female figure.
I think it was actually the male figure. Did you get a little familiar with the Jean Paul Gaultier bottle? And now we're gonna have a tough conversation.
I guess we'll never know. I remember I had that one too. Actually, now that you,
it was a good one. It was like very distinct, right?
I remember the bottle more than I remember the scents of any of those. I had Curve as well. Curve always came in a box.
Yeah, it did come in a box. That was like that was a dark horse candidate for most popular. It actually might have been the most popular cologne.
I think they
was
sold
very
it
widely used.
They sold it at places like Abercrombie and
did they?
Maybe they didn't. I don't know, but that's what I didn't sell.
Abercrombie had their own scents, which
right.
I gotta say, Woods was great. We can hate all we want, but Woods was great. But they had a second cologne that was my first date when I was in high school cologne. It was Abercrombie's secondary scent. I don't know what it was called, but it was good, real good. It's just I love it. If I would buy it today if they sold it, I could.
Do you wear cologne now?
Out, but
do you wear cologne?
Yeah, I wear. Yeah, I do actually. I wear some really fancy, obnoxious. Actually, I shouldn't say it. I mean, it's like hipster, fancy, obnoxious cologne that I bought from a place called Le Labo, which they're around. Le Labo, yeah. But they mix it in store and it's pretty ridiculous. So I went with Allison because she liked their stuff, of course,
Yeah.
right? So I picked out what she liked. And it turns out that I actually wear the same scent as her sister, which is,
That tracks.
yeah. So like on our wedding day, I couldn't find my cologne, and like it's my smell to Allison. So I asked her sister to borrow some, and she let me. Yeah. So what I like about Le Labo is they let you write anything on the label.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing every time. I just have the label say apply for sex appeal. And I think that's very clever.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I have been to one of those places. Sarah likes that stuff too. So
Yeah.
I've been in there. It's cool.
It's cool. It's just a little
cool.
much, A little much, a little expensive, a little
Yeah.
pretentious. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a little pretentious.
I don't know anyone who wears cologne who's our age, except for
Really?
now you. And maybe I just don't know, and I don't know what I don't know, right? But
I've got very strongly held beliefs about how men should wear cologne, and it should be, only for people who get very close to you. That's the idea. So like I do one spritz underneath my shirt, which is absorbed by all of my chest hair immediately, and it doesn't give off much of a smell. But like if you get close, it's there. That's my thing.
Okay.
So I think that like you shouldn't overdo cologne, but I think it's a nice little treat for those who want to mug up on you.
Well, speaking of scents, I think this is a good transition into this. I'd like to hear what you had in mind for this.
I don't know if this is gonna have to be in the mood thing because I don't know if this is gonna land.
All right. Well, whatever. Then how about this?
I'll tell you what. I'll make you a promise. At some point, I'll break out in song because it'll be a lot funnier that way. But teed up, I don't know if it's gonna land. But so I was reading a label on my soap bottle in the shower, and I realized that one of the ingredients was caffeine. So I made like a kind of like a reggae Jamaican song about how some people will tell you, drink coffee. Some people will tell you got to do coke. Some people tell you got to exercise. But I know because I've got caffeine in my soap. So like that's my secret. I'll sing it later.
I think we got it.
You see what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
I think we got it. Listen, that was your idea. I see it. I'm looking at the agenda. I see caffeine in my soap. I didn't write it.
At the time that I wrote that, it felt like a great idea. But you know how sometimes you don't really know until you're in the saddle?
I hear you. All right, well, I got something. I did this, every once in a while. I don't use Instagram. I don't post. I'll use it for chats mostly. And I had an idea to let me go ahead and pull this up. So here's the
yeah. What was this? I saw that on your Instagram.
You got to figure out a way to share that without tee it up without. Hang on, sorry.
Tee it up without sharing. Tee on.
No one's watching. You might be right. No one's watching.
Yeah, no, dude, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's too much to ask somebody to tune in at 7:30 a.m. on a Friday. It's if they saw it, even if they had complete intentions to join, they're not going to remember. Something else would have got there. I'm just telling you, like that. I think we'll see more engagement on old videos, but I don't think we'll get many people live. But we keep going anyway.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, agree.
Eventually we will. Yeah.
Get this out of the way.
What's that?
So maybe actually I bring this up. I got a package that I didn't order from Amazon.
Oh yeah, box of mystery, dude. This is a real life box of mystery.
It is.
Holy shit! That's like my god. That's my dream come true.
So
you opened it?
Yeah, I opened it. I didn't know what it was.
You should have saved to open it on the stream here.
Well, Trust me, it'll be good. You ready? You ready to see what it is? What do you think
Yeah.
it is?
Okay. All right. Can I see the box from the outside?
Yep.
So I saw some tissue paper. I'm thinking shoes, just based on what I'm seeing so far.
It is shoes. It is.
Okay.
I mean, it's a shoe box, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna say what kind of shoes are golf shoes?
Any other guesses?
Cleats.
Okay. Again, I didn't order this.
Sports
Just
cleats.
showed up. Just showed up. Showed up one day, and here's what showed up.
Dude, those are nice.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dream. The brand is Dream Pairs.
Oh, well.
So
Yeah.
pairs.
Gotta be.
Pair of shoes of your dreams.
It's got to be good.
Looks like a women. This is no. It says 8 on the bottom. There's no way that's a women's 8. That's gotta be like a kid's 8, right?
And
like
women's
as big
eight's
as
pretty big.
Is it?
Yeah, women's 8 is like a men's. Well, what, 6.5?
Okay, so maybe that is right. Yeah. I've had them in my office here for months. I don't know what to do with them. Throw them away, I guess. I don't know. I don't want them.
So let's
Try them on. I tried them on. They don't fit.
let's do another Instagram story post while we're live.
Go ahead.
Okay, but I'm like really fucking bad at this.
Don't worry about it. Let's not do that right now. I want to let's plow through this thing like we were.
I don't know. I think this isn't necessary. Hold on. This won't take me long. I just need to get the link. Oh, there's me. All right. How do I share this thing? How do you share this link? It's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. I got the link copied. This might take me longer than I advertised.
This is a good way to keep the momentum. Stop in the middle of the show to make social media posts.
Yeah. All right, I got it. It's about to be.
All right, look, here's the deal.
Here's
wanna
the
tell you-
deal, Jessica Biel.
So the pandas left the zoo.
Are people going
I
to be
don't
able to
know if
click on this link if I just pasted it in?
I don't know,
text?
dude. Let's
Okay, fine.
figure it out.
All right. Well, I can't. We'll find
then
out.
don't.
right.
The pandas are leaving the zoo. Pandas left the National Zoo. 50 years, right? I don't know if you saw that. It was definitely big news here.
No, I don't remember any recent panda zoo news at all. But I do find that kind of thing interesting. So bring it on.
So they went back to China. I guess there was an agreement that lasted 50 years, and it ended in 2023. And like the pandas were awesome, right? There was always like one, at least since I've been living here, there was like one mother and one sire, if you will. And they had kids. They had a bunch of panda cubs, and they used to show Panda Cam with the babies. It was awesome. So anyway, it's a big deal, right? Like the local news was out at the zoo the day of, and they interviewed some people who were broken up about all this, right? It was great. And on the news after the story, they said, hey, listen, if you want to, you can go to the NBC Washington 4 Instagram page and download this template to add your message and share your message of goodbye to the panda bears. I was like, all right.
So you did?
I know an opportunity when I see one.
You shared your message of goodbyes to the panda bears?
So I went and I got this template, and then I thought, I'm gonna have ChatGPT
Oh boy.
help me write pen a 500-word goodbye to the pandas, and posted then this. I never read it. I don't even know what it says, but I posted it thinking someone's either going to get the joke that Rich is really into the pandas, that he made something that had so many words and you couldn't even read it, or people were going to think I was really into the pandas. And I got both. I got some messages back being like, "Man, really well said." That was really heartfelt. Really well said. I should have written it in Spanish as well. I should have done a second one in Spanish to cover this. But anyway,
The bamboo forests of your homeland await, embracing you with the familiarity of ancestral whispers.
as you venture toward your ancestral homeland, I can't help but reflect on the interconnectedness of life.
Your journey mirrors the ebb and flow of existence, a reminder that goodbyes, though bittersweet, are inevitable chapters in the story of our lives. Your departure marks the closing of a cherished chapter at the zoo, but it opens a new one filled with possibilities and connections in China. In China.
Well, yeah, that's where he's headed. They ship those motherfuckers
That's where
back
pandas
on
go
FedEx.
when they die?
They put them in a FedEx box and sent them back. I mean,
And then you send them back to China, return to sender?
that was it. Until we meet again in the whispers of the wind or the rustle of the leaves. Safe travels, dear friend.
With heartfelt
Yeah.
goodbyes. Wow, it's beautiful, man.
Thanks.
Is the name pronounced Tian Tian or Tan Tan?
You know what? I don't know.
Okay. Well, makes this all feel a little disingenuous, but I still think it's a nice thing you did.
Listen, someone had to go and spend the time
Yeah.
to enter the prompt on ChatGPT.
Can you tell me what your prompt was?
Copy it all.
Oh, you just
Paste
put
it
in
all.
write your fair. Like, what was your prompt?
I think it was write a heartfelt, melancholy goodbye to a panda named Tian Tian.
Have you played with the new Twitter
500 words.
language model, Grok
No.
or X? Neither have I. But there's
That sounds
apparently two modes. There's I don't know. I was watching Elon Musk on Lex Friedman, and Lex doesn't like get giddy. You watch Lex Friedman at all?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, really? So he does a one of the, I think, one of the more popular podcasts because of the guests he gets on there. But he wears a black suit, white shirt, black tie, and he's a
Men in
really
Black.
soft-spoken guy. Yeah, Men in Black. But he's a really bright guy too, and he's an engineer. So when he interviews these people, he can keep up. Like he interviewed Benjamin Netanyahu recently. Like he gets big guests. So the most recent one was with Elon, and Lex was pretty excited about Grok. He said because there's two modes. There's regular mode and then there's a fun mode, which I think is a cool way to do a language model. So if we want, we can play with it, but we certainly don't have to.
Let's save it. That's
Yeah,
a good
okay.
someday.
Let me mess around with it first, and then we can
Yeah.
determine if it's.
That's right. A little prep work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How about
Can you
that?
imagine?
By the way, we were talking last night. We're watching the news. They're talking about AI and the fact that agents. I think Bill
Alan
Gates. Yeah, Bill Gates was talking about we're not far off from. Right now when you use AI, you have to tell it what you want, and then it'll give you something. The next step is having it just give you something before you have to tell it what you want. Right?
How would that work? So it just anticipates.
Think of this
needs?
idea. I think this is amazing. Yeah. You have a fully smart connected home, and it knows that you like the temperature at a certain, well, maybe that's not a great example. Here's was my immediate use case. And I think this happens at some point in our life. A completely integrated kitchen, pantry and refrigerator, and everywhere you store anything. And kind of like how, when you go into a one of those Amazon stores where you don't have to check out, you just walk out of the store. It knows what's on every shelf, and it knows what you have, and there's some way that it can tell how much you have of everything, you have, right? It knows exactly what you have. Maybe you have to tell it.
Do you know that Aviel
Listen.
was the head of the team that
Josh.
designed the grocery cart? Isn't that cool?
Yes, that's very cool.
I think it is cool.
It is cool. That thing, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Let me get through this.
Okay, go ahead.
What if you had a kitchen that knew what you had and then spit out recipes based on the amounts of everything you had and only what you had in the house?
I think that could be done very easily today.
Yeah, agreed.
Like all it would require is an integration between what you buy at your, let's say you shop at Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon. And then Amazon uses like a mechanical Turk, and like
I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool.
Keeps a log of your of all your purchases. I guess the part would be, how do they know when you've consumed it? How do they know what you have left?
I figured this out. All you got to do is you got to have a kitchen that is organized in a way that everything has a scale, right? So if you buy flour and you put it on this scale, this mini scale in your kitchen, it knows how much is in there based on the weight. And then
your shelves would be scales?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, there's a lot of hardware that goes into that. Like, I don't know that I would want to install shelves on everything I own just for that feature, but it would be pretty cool.
You have shelves. You might as well make them scales.
It's a good point. It's a great point, actually.
I don't want to install a bunch of shelves in my kitchen.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'd much rather have scales. Plus, you can weigh anything you want.
That's right.
I love that that was your first instinct. You were like, wait a second, finally.
Let me just put it this way: when I'm in the right state of mind,
yeah, the ideas are flowing.
I can't not come up with an amazing idea.
Right.
It's my burden.
It's a limitless flow of creativity.
It's truly a burden.
I mean, I've invented things over the years that would change the world, and they've just not seen the light of day. I lack the follow through. That's the problem.
Like, it's tough.
Let's get your product, which I'm trying to think of a name for right now.
Mr. Kitchen.
Ooh, I like that. Done. Mr. Kitchen.
Ms. Kitchen. You can't use Ms.
Their kitchen.
Yeah. His, her, they, their, them's kitchen. Them's kitchen. It sells itself. It's them's kitchen.
Dick Bowner's kitchen.
Do we have any idea what that is?
No, but it gets me every time. It was
All
the
right.
result of what we thought was funny.
By the way, something else came up. I saw a post about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and it brought me back. Do you remember how crazy that show was?
Yeah.
We used to get together to watch it.
We did?
I remember being at somebody's house with a bunch of
awesome.
people watching it when that guy won. Do you remember when the guy won?
I remember when the guy won, and he called his dad
Yeah.
the Lifeline just to tell him he won. That was such a cool move. Like, my mind was blown in that moment, and I thought, this new life goal. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I bet that guy is doing something. I bet he's really successful.
Yeah.
to be that cool in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a legendary thing to do.
Dude, we used to watch it. I remember going over to Marissa Latanzi's house and taking the TV outside, and we sat in the hot tub and watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's really cool. I don't remember that, but that sounds like a really fun night.
Yeah, and that wasn't the night. That wasn't the night that the guy won. Like, there were multiple watch parties. That was must-see TV. That was a big deal. I can't remember whether it was on every night. It was on multiple nights a week, I think.
Was it?
I think it was. They couldn't get enough of it. It was huge. That was a huge
I remember
TV event.
It was an absolute juggernaut. But I also can't think about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire without thinking about Slumdog Millionaire. And the guy, do you remember that movie?
I never saw it.
Oh,
I know what it is.
We're not going to be able to share this then. But in the movie, in the I guess in the Indian version of the show. You know, when they say, "Is that your final answer?" Yeah, okay, lock it in or whatever. They say, "Computer G Lakia Ja," and he says it every time, and it's very cool.
The
Computer
only
G Lakia Ja.
the only Who Wants to Be a Millionaire derivative I remember is when that was big. Saturday Night Live had a skit, and it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, game show style, but it took place in a very poor country in the world, and it was called Who Wants to Eat. And like, if you got one question right, you won a bowl of rice, and you could either take it, but the prize at the end was a goat.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're not going to see it on Saturday Night Live anymore. They've gotten
Who
pretty
wants to eat?
pretty far from those type of sketches.
Yeah. Who Wants to Eat wouldn't work in 2023.
Although the last one they had, the last episode with the guy, did you see the George Washington talking about all the weights and measures? It was like a throwback to SNL when they just wanted, it wasn't like political satire. It was George Washington talking about how he's going to form a great nation and how we're going to be able to weigh and measure things however we want. And it's going to be 12 inches to a foot. And then someone was like, 12 feet to a yard? No. 3 feet to a yard. It's pretty good. Nate Barsgate or Bizarregate?
Yeah.
Do you know who
He
that
was
is?
good. Yeah. Well, I know that
really
he hosted.
good. I've never seen that man before, but he was really good.
When they have comedians on, it's just better.
Yeah, well, because that's like it's like their profession.
Yeah, but even if they put actors on, sometimes it's not great.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. You know, I'm like very curious about the production process of making shows and movies, because like the more I look into how things actually go, these actors seem like I'm less and less impressed with them, because at first blush it's so impressive that they can just all of a sudden start acting like a different person. Like, that's a very weird thing to do, right? Like, it's a really unnatural, weird thing to do. And I think the people who are naturally good at that are like somehow kind of broken. Does that make sense?
They're all, yeah.
Which is like when you put them in front of an audience live to improvise, they don't have like the passion for entertaining and the zeal of a comedian, like the natural wit. Like they just read what they're told to say, but they're really good at acting like someone else. It's a really weird thing.
Agreed. Painting with a broad brush there, but
yeah.
Getting into that. It's funny to hear stories like people, like actors on set, and they're there for a time before they actually start filming, right? They're on set and they're doing whatever. But then right before they start filming, the other actors who are their adversaries in that film, like, stop talking to them. I always thought that was interesting. Like, they're in character all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's no community. Like, if you hate each other in the movie, you're not like friends behind the scenes.
Yeah.
In real life. Yeah.
You got to keep that rivalry going.
All right. You know what time it is?
What time is it? Yeah.
It's time for the Exit 7.
Let's take a little stroll down I-79.
All right. You know, I looked at this website, and I like this website. I think it's very cool.
I agree.
But northbound reading down, don't you think that should be reading up?
Wouldn't try to put myself in their shoes, what they were trying to do. So they're
yeah. I think they were just too excited.
No, I get it. Because if you're someone who comes interested in finding out what the northbound section is like, you're going to want to start at the top, at the north.
No.
If you want to know what it's like to go south, you start at the south, which is the bottom, and you read up. Don't shoot the messenger.
It's southbound, not.
Yeah. No. They're heading south.
That's
So
right. If I'm heading north, I'm looking at a map, and I'm starting down here.
You're not wrong. I'm just telling you that's
And
what they were doing.
Well, okay. Just want to be heard. Sometimes you just want to be heard.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, let's take a look at Kirby and Garrard's Fort exit. Not much here.
Yeah, not
40
a lot
mile
going
an
on.
hour exit. That's a fast exit speed.
Yeah, it must
by
have
the
it
way.
banked. It must be a banked ramp like the Autobahn.
Have you ever? Yeah, right. You have to go 40 miles an hour.
The
or you'll
Kirby
fall.
Fort, the Kirby Garrard's Fort, Kirby exit, depending on which direction you're coming.
I think it's the belt. So when you come across in New York, maybe it's the Verrazano. What's the one that takes you over to Queens?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy. Yeah, I think that is the Verrazano. Well, actually, it's now.
It's either the Goethals or the Verrazano. It's one of those two. Anyway,
I think the because the Tappan Zee takes you to Connecticut, Verrazano. I think that's the right one, to Queens.
it's the Goethals or Verrazano. It's one of those two. We take it every year when we go to Bethpage.
Cool.
When you come off that exit, when you cross, you go across the
Isn't the
south of
Verrazano Staten
Manhattan.
Island? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Staten Island to Queens, I think. And you get to the Queens side of it, and man, it says 20 miles an hour, and that is like the max possible speed to take that exit off that bridge.
Yeah, there's
man.
some crazy roads here.
They mean it. You know what I mean? And usually these are suggestions.
Dude, once you get near the city, it's like it's so different. If you go out to a West Coast city, the interstates ease you into the city, and they're because there was plenty of space, and they had learned some lessons when they built that. And East Coast, it is like packed. Everything is packed in. Like there's highways where there should never be highways. So they've got to make these hairpin curves. Yeah, I hear you.
There it is. There's exit 7. Now I gotta be honest.
Pop over to Whiteley Chapel. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. Let's take a look around, shall we?
Yeah.
I think there was one place. Let's look at Whiteley Chapel first, because then there's there's something else I want to look at.
Okay.
But Whiteley Chapel.
It's a cemetery. No reviews. Yeah, not much going on here.
Ad review. People are dying to get in.
Hey.
Hey. All right.
It's a good joke.
Here's one that I think we can actually look at. The Green Township tax collector apparently lives right here.
In a field. Look at the image.
Street view.
Oh. Not a lot of taxes are getting paid, I guess. Cool.
What's this say? Posted
Tax
no
collector.
trespassing. Posted, yeah, tax collector. Here lies the tax collector. So I think we then go ahead and write a review. And
You're giving it 5 stars?
My favorite tax collector in Greene County. Green Township, excuse me.
Yeah. Nicely done.
5 stars. Maybe just leave it at that.
Yeah. Post. Yeah, no problem.
Done.
Our pleasure.
What else we got
Dude,
here?
there is not a lot going on in Garrard's Fort, Kirby Garrard's Fort.
I'm telling you, a couple cemeteries, right?
It's NST.
A warehouse. But man,
You say so.
I've seen some warehouses in my life.
Yeah.
This does not. This looks like maybe a
this
future warehouse.
It looks like where a warehouse used to be.
NST was like, no, we're definitely going to put one here. Trust us.
Yeah.
It's already on
Just
Google Maps, so
give us those
we're going
tax
to do
funds.
it.
We're also going to build the tax collector's office. We're going to rebuild it. Make Green Township great again.
Which road do you live on? I live on Polecat Hollow Road, man. What do you mean, what road?
Who do you think Raymond P. Schaefer is? Who got the highway named after him?
Ray Schaefer on I-79. He's probably someone we should know.
Yeah, Ray Schaefer. There's nothing interesting going on here.
There's not.
Let's move on.
There really is not.
I don't like this place. It's making me depressed. Wait, what's that?
Don Travers Video Drain Services.
Okay, now we're talking. Oh, he's got the
Found
kid in
something.
the two generations of Shrivers in that picture.
Can't zoom in here, but yeah, all kinds of yeah. Look at that. He's building the legacy.
Yeah. What do we got there? That's some of the
It's a
equipment.
video.
Oh shit.
He's servicing a drain. It seems.
I mean, this is actually kind of interesting. That looks like it's a what's it called?
Fire hose.
No, like the drains that are put in the house. I forget what they're called. Like if you have a lot of moisture in your basement, sub pump, is that what it's called?
How
We've been
little,
looking at it.
fucking 40 years old.
I know.
Like, what is that? You got like, what is that? We got
We've been looking at a lot of houses, and I've seen some that have sub pumps. That's how I.
Oh
learned.
yeah, you getting ready to?
Not right now. I don't know.
No.
It's exhausting right now. There's nothing fun about overpaying for a house.
You're always gonna overpay, dude. Even when
Nah,
the rates were little.
Yeah, it's not that. It's that the inventory is so few and far between, and everything goes on the market on Saturday and it's gone by Tuesday for 1.5 times the asking price. It's just not enough time to make a decision. I just want more choices, and I don't know. It's a big decision to make in like a weekend.
So yeah, but that's it, man. I mean, that's how.
Is that what you went through too?
Oh my, we beat 14 other offers to get this house.
What do you?
And
what do you got
every
going
house,
on here?
the same thing. They're like, well, we'll have an open house. You can come look at it. You're waiving all the contingencies, and give us your best offer.
You waive an inspection?
Oh yeah, we went to
boy.
go see the house with an inspector. That's what we did. We started.
Yeah. I
going
remember
to
you telling me about that.
Yeah, you had to pay like $300 to just go see houses.
Sounds like a good deal. Can't believe I'm missing out on it.
Yeah.
I know. I get it, dude. I get
Stay
it.
ready.
It's
That's how it
necessary.
is.
Yeah.
These guys look like they're pretty hardcore.
Yeah, these guys look good. Like, look at the power stance on the guitar. On the
This is
that the bass player? No,
It looks like a
it's got that really
5-string.
high
No,
end.
that's a bass. That's a
Is it?
bass.
He's playing that really high on his chest.
He's got like a 5-string bass. This guy looks got the Queens of the Stone Age thing going on
He's
here.
feeling it.
Josh Homme.
Feeling it.
This makes me kind of understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
They're not singing John Mayer songs. They're not talking about
I'm gonna guess he just said the words "Stop the Steal."
yeah, right. All lives matter.
Yeah.
That's what this is. That's what's going on here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, at the old Station Bar and Grill. What do they got the menu over
Oh,
there?
this is a restaurant?
This is a restaurant off of, I mean,
Raymond P.
Exit
Schaefer
7.
Highway?
right between the Lemley RV Mobile Home Park and the Megan RV Park. So it's, perfectly placed. I mean, location.
Can I see the covered bridge? Zoom out. Bottom right. Yeah. I like covered bridges. You like covered bridges?
I do. I feel like they're in places that don't respect the covered bridge, especially in Pennsylvania.
What? What does that mean? What?
They don't get it.
What don't they get?
They're cooler than they deserve to be in Aqua Exit 7 in Green.
You're saying these people don't deserve such a cool thing.
They don't deserve covered bridges. Their bridges, they deserved open air bridges. Only.
I don't know. It looks like they're taking pretty good care of this one.
Yeah,
they got the
third party
extra wood.
donors.
Super packs.
Super packs. This is a memorial for the what is this? Welcome to the covered bridge.
Yeah.
Welcome to the covered bridge.
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
not-
like their version
yeah.
of the pandas. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, there we go. Yeah. It's a Civil War reenactment. This is the
Okay,
kind
there
of
we go.
this is the kind of stuff that I would expect to happen all the time at covered bridge.
Well,
At covered bridges every day.
I would say that they're doing a good job with it then. That woman is certainly.
I
What's going
stand
on here?
corrected.
Oh, there's the South coming in. Dude, look at the fitness level of our reenactors here.
Look at this one. It must have been a hot day.
Guys, I'll do the reenactment, but I am not standing in that wool uniform in direct sunlight. I am not.
I mean, are we gonna start, or are we? Is it lunchtime? Like, someone tell me what's going on,
dude. This is a very realistic reenactment of the Civil War of guys waiting for other guys to walk as far as they can walk. That's it, and then waiting and walking.
That's it. These are the two sides.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job of making sure that if you were actually in a war here, you could shoot in any of this area and hit somebody. Right? You don't want to spread out.
Warfare took a while to adapt. It took a while to adapt. Wasn't the French and Indian War basically won because people would like hide behind trees for the first time? And the British were like, what?
The Revolutionary War. That's how it was. That's how they won. Because the British would march in formation with a drummer.
Yeah, well, they both had drummers. Let's be honest. They both had drummers. But that's something that I'd like to get into. War drumming is cool. Like, I get why they did it. They did that in like medieval times too. Like that's a thing. They would bring in a fleet of ships and you just hear the bum 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 bum. That's cool as hell.
Undoubtedly cool. Undoubtedly cool. Terrible wartime strategy.
Okay, fair enough. Right. Very cool.
There's a reason they don't still do it.
But if both sides are doing it, like imagine being the general who brings your troops to a battle, you're getting everyone fired up, and the other side has like drums and they're, you'd feel stupid. You'd feel stupid.
Oh yeah, like all the Vikings and stuff, they used to have those horns that they would blow when it was
that's fucking cool.
Totally agreed.
But it does
terrible.
It does sacrifice. There is a strategic advantage that's being sacrificed.
I remember watching.
This
must have been in school where we watched this, but it was obviously a Revolutionary War reenactment, and these motherfuckers, these British, were marching 4x4x4 with a drummer in the front, on a dirt road, and the Continental Army was like hiding behind trees and be like, peep, and then they'd be like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
stop it!
You have no honor. You have no honor. This is not an honorable way to fight. Cut it out. Come on, come out here where I can see you. Stand in front of me. First line kneels, second line stands. That's how you fight."
Yeah. So like this guy, I mean, look, how do you decide that you're being like, you know what, I want to do the Civil War reenactment, but I'm not doing it unless I'm on the Confederate side. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to guess that's most of these guys' first choice.
Right.
The Union is the side that, like, even though they won, I'm not so sure that's the side these guys want to be on.
No.
This guy's on the green team. He's not. He's undecided. He's on the fence.
So I have something that I think is funny, and I want to talk about this. This is something I thought of yesterday. I want you to help me. Like, I think there's something here, but I need your help to finish it. Vince Carter's. This is a bro-y bit. I get it. Vince Carter's dunk in the Olympics.
Yeah, dunk of death. Right.
The dunk of death. So cool. Like if you go back and like watch that, it's such a perfect, like the universe just like put everything perfectly for that to happen, right?
It really did.
Vince Carter was the most athletic person one of the most athletic people on the planet at that point.
I think the second most athletic athlete other than Michael Jordan.
Right.
Where it was just so clear that their athleticism was way above everyone else's.
And not only was he athletic, but he was an amazing dunker, right? Like he could throw it down. It's just amazing at that. the play itself.
Now
You
we're
know,
gonna have
they
to
played-
pull this up, dude.
They played, yeah, pull it up. They played France, right? So there was not a lot of, and I'm sure they won by 1,000,000,
Yeah.
but they played France. Okay, so there's people on the court on the opposition who are not as good as your, generic NBA team. The play itself happened. It was a turnover in transition, so it caught everybody for France flat-footed, right? Like the play started going the other way.
You want me to
Yeah.
play it while you narrate?
Yeah. Right, so there's this, and then hit pause whenever they turn it over. So there's this, right? And so now everyone's running that way. Here's the turnover. It's coming up. Go ahead. Boom.
That's
Okay,
Vince.
so now everyone stops.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's now standing there. Vince Carter catches the ball, and it's like, okay, something might happen here. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Like that dude, Jean-Luc or whatever the fuck his name is.
This guy. Jean-Luc 15.
It's, yeah. Jean-Luc 15. That's right. I mean, come on.
At what point did he decide that he's going over the top? Right there, right?
Yeah. So, and also,
Because he
some
gets over and
context
then he
here.
cocks it back.
I know it's not like he reached and just barely made it. I
Yeah.
mean, that was unbelievable. Like one of the best dunks ever.
Yeah,
It
agreed.
is the best
If not-
dunk. It's the best
if not
dunk
number
ever in a
one.
game.
Yeah.
It's the best dunk ever. Like one of the coolest things to ever happen on a basketball court.
Yeah.
Right? And he celebrated like there was no foul. The game's kind of stopped for a second for him to celebrate. It was such a big deal.
This guy was probably 7 foot tall or near it because he looks
Yeah.
like their center.
Yeah. Jean-Luc.
And he didn't really hoist himself on the dude's head either.
He touched a little bit, but he didn't. He was going.
I guess he
over
did. Yeah, he
regardless.
did. He did. He smacked him right in the face.
Yeah. So, and there's some context here. And hit pause, because we're gonna get to the part I want to talk about in a second.
Okay.
I guess the team, maybe they had even lost a game at that Olympics. They were getting a lot of respect.
Was that team? Yeah, I think or it was the year after they had gotten beat.
So they
Something
were,
like
there
that.
were, and there was some like animosity, and they were, oh, the U.S. isn't that great or whatever. And Vince is like, no, fuck that. And I remember him hearing that was his mindset before it happened.
That's cool.
And so when he landed, he like, he like shook his leg. He was so pumped up. That's insane. The crowd goes crazy, right? The place blows up. I mean, this is a huge deal. But I want you to hit play here, and it's hit stop when I say stop. Stop. You missed it. Go back. I want you to see that woman directly over his head.
This one?
Yep. She is sitting there motionless. She's a racist.
It's probably
That's how
the
you
dude's
know.
mom.
That's how you know you're racist. If you did not cheer, or at least go to the person next to you and be like, did you just see that? I don't care if you were there to watch France. You're a racist person. This happened at a basketball game. You went to a basketball game. It's not like
She's
this
like
caught you off
3
guard.
rows back. Like that would have been the most incredible thing to see in person.
And it
who's
happened
number
at
11?
a game that
Is
you
that
bought a
is that
ticket.
Glenn Rice?
It's Vin Baker.
Is it?
Yeah. So anyway, the joke is, here's the bit. It's like if you had no
Let's see if we
reaction,
can see her again.
that's the joke, right? That's the bit. If you had no reaction to that dunk in the crowd, you're a racist. Period. There's no other way about it.
Yeah, I mean, what would the other, or you're his mother? Like that's the only other logical
I don't-
explanation. She has
I gotta
the
be
same
honest.
coloring and same color hair. That's the only reason I say that. But like, yeah, why else are you not reacting?
Any reaction is fine. If you're his mother and you go, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened,"
Yeah, my
that's a
son.
reaction. You understand that was crazy. If you do nothing, you just don't like what happened. You're not okay with what went on. No. Did I not deliver that in the right way?
No, I think that it's
And then here's the next part of the bit.
okay.
They should show that clip in court every time there's a possible hate crime. And if the defendant
game dunk. That was crazy.
I don't want to see All-Star game dunks. Fuck the All-Star.
I mean, that was pretty good. Just the view they had on it, like how quickly he just pivots and then does a 360.
Yeah. I get it.
Anyway.
If they show that in court to the defendant and there's a possible and he's like, you're like, "Sir, what's your reaction to this clip?" He's like, "Well, if I was 6'6", I could dunk like that too." Be like, hate crime enhancement, 300 years in jail. Guy's racist. I think that's a legit thing. I can't imagine not reacting.
What if she's just like doesn't give a shit about basketball?
Why is she at a fucking basketball game?
I don't know. Maybe someone invited her. She's just there to soak in the atmosphere. She probably wasn't even paying attention. Or she's a dirty racist. I guess
Thank you.
Definitely on the table.
Thank you. Thanks.
I think it's a very real possibility. But that would be I just can't imagine a deeply racist person going to a basketball game in the first place.
That's true. Maybe they didn't realize that was her. Yeah. That was her aha moment.
Well, in fairness, she did go to see the French team play, so that tracks. I don't think the French team has a lot of diversity.
I mean, you're in Australia. I still think, yeah, maybe not. Well, listen, yeah, they don't have a. that's true. So yeah. Maybe that's what it was. That's a bit. I think there's Australia? A joke there, and I'm not saying that I actually believe that, but I think there's a bit there. I think that's actually a thing. I think you can turn that into a bit. Vince Carter's dunk being the barometer for racism in the United States.
Because it comes from like the joke is that racist people will never admit that that's very cool and impressive.
Well, again, so you go to someone, you'd be like, "I could dunk like that if I was 6'2". They're like, "No, dude, stop."
That is a thing. Yeah, that is definitely a thing. They're like, well, yeah, if I had a shoe deal with Nike and $100 million and a masseuse and a trainer, I'd be out there doing 360 windmill dunks no time.
I think I told you this. I was in. I don't think I was driving. I was at the mall by myself, and I went into one of those Pittsburgh stores, like the sports stores, and I remember an adult mansplaining to the teenaged female cashier about how much harder hockey is than basketball. It's like, and his whole thing was, I don't know, they only score a couple goals a game in hockey. It must be tough.
Right.
And in basketball, they score, I don't know, 100 points. How hard is that?
Great point. It's much, much easier. So, yeah, I mean, hey, I've never seen a basketball player put on skates and dunk it. Have you? They ain't dunking with them skates on. No, sir. When they're not in the game, they're riding the bike. It's hard work. You got to keep grinding. Forward check. Cross check.
And by the way, Pittsburgh is the perfect place to hear hot basketball takes. There's no team. Yeah. There is very little basketball history there.
Not only is there not a team,
generally,
there is a zero tolerance policy around supporting any potential team. Like, there's never been a city that's spoken more clearly and said, we do not want that here.
Right.
Which is bizarre. It's like the greatest sports city in the country for like mid-major size cities. But you're not getting you're just not getting them on board. Pitt basketball, sure. We'll watch a little Pitt.
Maybe.
little bit.
A little
if
bit.
if they're playing in the ACC championship, or I guess what used to be the Big East championship, yeah, we'll tune in. We'll fill up Fitzgerald Fieldhouse with 11,000 screaming fans.
One time a year. We're
One
not
time a
watching
year.
regulars. We're not watching regular season games.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is funny. I mean, because they had professional basketball teams, in the ABA, right? The Pittsburgh Pipers and the Condors.
Yeah, the Condors, the Pipers.
I think 1 year each.
Is that it?
And then they were like, that was it.
We're done. No more.
All right. You know what time it is.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I thought about this yesterday in the shower, and like I was very surprised at how strong my opinions are as I was thinking them through. Like, I really like some letters, and I have no tolerance for others.
So I think we can both agree that O is a C tier. I mean, like right off the bat. I mean, that's obviously
It's a middle of the road letter. Yeah, it's like.
I mean, let's be clear about that.
I mean, if it was a double O, I think is great. Loose, goose, moose. Those are fun words, but one on its own. What are you doing?
We're not ranking words.
It's true.
We're ranking letters.
All right,
I mean,
so I have
that's obvious.
I have a dark horse for number one, for the top ranked letter. Yeah,
okay.
But I don't want to say it yet. I want to see where we go. Is that fair? Like I don't know if it's going to be what you believe, and I'm also very curious to hear your rationale for any of these things, because I bet it's going to be very different from mine.
Well, the good news is I haven't actually thought about this at all. So
okay.
I'm just going to kind of go
all
with
right.
it.
Well, let me throw this out since I did think about it a little bit.
Okay.
We have to talk about S first. If
Yep.
S is S tier, does that mean that S is S tier? Like, if the top tier is S tier, does S belong in the S tier?
I think so. Look,
like,
there's no other
letter.
It is. It changes singulars into plurals.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just that you can't. It's got to be an S tier, and it is, like you said, it's the letter that's used in the tier.
And like, it's fun. It's going this way. It's going that way. It's going this way. It's fun to say. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so
Feel
we
good
got
about that.
we got a couple more here. We got to look at. Worst letter. I'm not into this.
No,
I don't get it.
Letter A.
The letter A.
Kicks off the alphabet.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Lead off.
Right.
Lead off,
but it doesn't kind of follow through with that promise.
Yeah, you don't feel like it does. There's not a lot of great words that begin with A.
Apple.
That's not a cool word.
No, it's not.
Armadillo is a cool word.
You know, F tier is we may have too many tiers here.
Yeah,
we got to
it
at some
seems
point
that
just
you're really not into vowels.
Deleting that row.
Yeah, I think that's good. Wise.
Well,
move.
maybe we start there. Let's do the vowels.
Okay.
Right. So we got. Well, I deleted A. Oh, there it is. Okay. E. What are we thinking here?
I mean, I like that E can be on the end of a word to make it like old timey, like shop. If you throw an E at the end of shop, right?
Yeah,
I like that.
Agreed.
That's cool.
That's moving it up here.
And I like that it's pronounced as a letter. The same sound it makes in words. The letter E, she,
Reese.
E, Reese. Like, it's consistent. I like that. Let's put it on A for now.
Yeah,
I don't know if it makes it
the first,
S, but
it's a first cut. We'll
Yeah.
come back in I.
Let's break up the vowels. I can't think about all the vowels at the same time.
Okay. What else do you
you want to hear my dark horse?
I do.
K.
K.
Yeah. Think about it. It's a good letter.
I like K when it's combined with C. I like the K,
Ooh.
right? I like
It's
the
a
crack.
Yeah, the K. It's a fun sound. It's a K sound. It's funny. It's fun. It's playful. Funk.
The problem
Kangaroo.
with K,
Karate. These are great fucking things, man.
it's a cool word to. I like drawing it. Right, we're drawing. I like
Yeah.
drawing K's. I like
Yeah, I like
writing
drawing.
K's.
I like drawing kids too. Yeah,
Well,
like
listen. I mean,
MK Ultra.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna. I'm not gonna. Not gonna stand in the way.
but
If
you
that's
admit it's
something that you're
a
interested
great letter.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's an S.
Well, we can't put it on S tier if you don't agree with this. Put it on.
I think it's a
park it
good
in
letter.
for now.
I like having it as at the end of words, not the beginning of words. If that makes sense.
Dunkirk.
And the problem with K is it doesn't go in the middle of any words. You know.
Awkward.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Dead
look,
in,
it's
dead
an
in the middle of that word.
It's an A tier letter. I think
Alright.
that's.
I can live with that.
I think
can
we
live
do
with
it
that.
way.
Yeah.
Oops. So what else we got here? G. See, a lot of these letters you got to look at it when they're next to other letters. Like
I like
PH
G,
is a
though.
cool. I think P is a good letter.
Oh, I was just gonna say that might be my least favorite letter.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why P is your least favorite letter.
I mean, P is like you're peeing, and then it's like, it's just like it sounds stupid. P sounds like something an illiterate person would say. P.
But I think like the P
Yeah.
sound
Ooh, that's true.
is
Pop.
powerful.
Powerful pop. Power pop.
And I love,
Princess.
I'll tell you what, I use this on Wordle all the time. I use the word graph. I like the way
Start with
P and
graph.
H work together at the end of words. I don't know that it's a great letter, but I think it's definitely something, and I think H is with
Okay.
it,
I can live with that. I can live with both of those.
right?
Yeah.
Let's go to these. Let's go down here to these.
Yeah, I was gonna say
fucked
let's
up letters.
talk about the elephant in the room here. Let's talk about X, Y, and Z, and maybe Q.
Yeah, I think let's just put them all down here.
I mean,
together.
X is X factor. It is can represent crossing.
Yeah.
It can represent Christmas. It's extremely useful.
adult entertainment.
Adult entertainment.
It's a word on its own.
It's a word. It's powerful, dude. Yeah, that's S tier. X is absolutely S tier.
Y.
I do like that
Why?
it can adverb things. It can adjective things. I guess adverb is what? ly. But
Well, it's a Y, right?
still a Y. Boy, I don't know. That's a tough one. Why?
It's a versatile letter. It kind of doesn't belong with Q, X, and Z, if we're being honest here.
I think maybe let's put it in the A tier. Q and Z both belong in D. They're useless letters. and they
So
annoy me.
yeah,
You see it differently?
I do think that look, there's a
Q and on.
reason they're the farthest away from your dominant fingers when typing on a keyboard, right?
Right.
Your left hand pinky.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you.
That's true.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Get
And
outta
the
here
Z
with
is also a left-hand pinky letter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think like comma is a better thing than Q or Z.
We should, if only we could add in punctuation.
You know what? If we can't rank punctuation on this website, I'd be shocked.
You know, M is a strong letter. Look at how proud it stands. How strong, how muscular it is.
Do you want to know something that I can't believe I'm about to say this? And I think I told you this. Oh
Can't
my
wait
God.
to hear this.
When I was a kid, this is like one of my first memories. When I was a kid, I used to envision in my head like how to remember the alphabet, and I used to think that the letter N and M are fairly similar in like style, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the letter N was nice to the letter M and let it go first in the alphabet.
Oh, I like that. That's It seems a little complicated to remember something that all maybe is pretty easy to remember once you get the song down of the alphabet. The song, you weren't into the song, or I guess it was like, is it LNMOP or LMNOP? I can see that.
I just I don't know. I think I knew the song, but I was just trying to deconstruct the actual alphabet.
Your brain, dude. The
So
way your brain works.
So I'm telling you, I think N has to be higher than M, right?
Because it's nice.
Because
Let
it's
it go
nicer.
first.
It's right, and
I'm
'cause it's
fine with that
It's
logic.
bigger. It's like, you know what, you first.
There's two of you. There's only one of me. Kind of feels like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know
You're
what,
twice as big as I am.
it's gonna present better if you go first. Like, sending your biggest lineman off the bus first during an away game in high school football. Like,
Here's a question.
Get that M out there.
Why is the alphabet in the order it's in? Is there any rhyme or reason to that?
I don't think anybody knows.
Okay, well, if they don't know,
Anyway.
why did they put LMNO next to each other? Because they're very hard to say consecutively.
Maybe they came up with a song first, and then by then they're like, let's split it up. 26.
GFIKTV. No, it's not right.
Like, we got these
Doesn't
26
have the right
letters.
flow.
We decided that 26 letters is the right number of letters, but we don't know what order they got to go in. I think the easiest way to come up with the order is writing the song. And yeah, they kind of stumbled upon LMNO.
Right.
So.
And they put U and V right next to each other, which are essentially the same letter when I'm writing.
Well, it is. And if you go to an old building,
I don't know how to make a cursive V make anything distinguishable from a cursive U.
How do you do a cursive V?
You're supposed to you go down and then you kind of, instead of swinging it around, you kind of stop at a point and swing back up. So it's like a sharper point at the bottom of it.
That's all I needed to hear.
Right.
To get this thing into C tier.
Yeah, you can put it in F or D for all I care. It's
look, I think that Z and Q and A are in a.
But
V's a Roman numeral.
Yeah, it's useful. I think it needs to get pumped up there, man.
Hard to write in cursive.
Valve, a V10 engine. Ooh.
V10.
Yeah, V, but it just sounds cool. V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Violence, right. Victory. It's like a very passionate letter. Very extreme. Yeah, bump it up there. I like it.
You're making a good case for it. W as well, man. Listen.
Yeah. It's an interesting one.
You know, we're looking at, www. Like, that's a big deal.
www, World Wide Web.
Do you have to do that anymore when you type in things in the internet?
I don't think so. No, I think you can just.
It used to be. Then that means
you can just .com it. You're good.
So I think V is better than W, right?
Oh, it's close, man. Because really, it's just two V's. So how can we even distinguish them? But you know what? It's a little much, if I'm being honest.
Too much of a good thing,
Yeah. Yeah. V is quick and to the point. W, it's like, okay, we get it already. Get over yourself. And like the whip. I don't have time for that.
You almost water.
Yeah.
Like it's
well water.
Burrow. It's okay when it's either. I think B tiers. I think that's where it sits. I think that makes sense.
I'm good with that.
What's next here? G.
Warren G. What's up, G? G unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then on the other hand, you have the G. Oh, G. Oh, geez. You watch Rick and Morty. Oh, geez.
I think, again, anytime you can use the letter as a word.
Yeah. But it's not consistent.
You gotta pump it up.
It's not consistent.
It's not. Maybe it's not X. It's not V.
Yeah. Certainly not a K. To put it on the same level as K is an insult to K. I won't stand for that.
Look, Yeah, that doesn't work with the way you've thought about this. I mean, look, R. So
Very
J and R.
useful, very
I think we
useful
need to
letter.
talk
Well,
about J and R.
J is an interest. I cannot imagine a more polarizing letter. As a J name, I gotta say it's. I mean, it's worth 1,000,000 points in Scrabble. That should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's on home row. It's like
Yeah, you're right.
I don't, that's interesting, right? Because right hand pointer finger home row.
Yeah.
Letter.
That's fucking position A, man. Some prime real estate. Have I misjudged Jay? Do I have it all wrong? Judge, jury,
Judge, jury.
jurisprudence. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretentious letter. I think it's a useless, pretentious letter, but it is on home row. Park it in C.
You think so?
Yeah, OJ.
OJ. It's serendipitous.
Yeah.
He did it. Let's look at R. I think R is a great letter, right?
It is a great
past
letter.
tense. Past tense.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Um,
If S is S tier, I think R has to be as well. And honestly, so does T. T might be the most useful letter in the English language.
You think so?
If you could only speak in words that began with T, you'd be fine.
I think we just leave it there and we don't explore that any further.
When are you available to meet? Tomorrow, Tuesday, Thursday, today. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
This Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
Thursday.
Right. 2 Tuesdays till tomorrow.
So I think now we got B, C, D, beginning of the alphabet. I like, again, C and D were a word.
CD?
Oh, yeah. C and D together are a word, right? That's a thing.
I mean, they're an abbreviation.
Buy.
Yeah.
Fine. It's an abbreviation, but that's also how you pronounce it.
Right.
CD.
Right. CD Lamb.
They rhyme.
Wide receiver for the Cowboys. Stupidest name in the world.
All I'm saying is that these two need to be in the same tier.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, C and D can.
That's kind of they don't work.
That's fine. That's generous, but that's fine.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, D is like dummy, dunce. It's like it's a stupid letter.
It's a past tense letter.
Yeah, it is though.
It's useful.
Hented.
Maybe C's
Vented.
down here.
Rented. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with C on the C tier. It's where it belongs. I mean, no one gets excited about a C. I got a C. Okay, try harder, right? Like, there's nothing good about it. No one gets pumped up about a C.
No, that's true. As a letter grade.
Now a B, on the other hand, a B has a lot of comfort. Good grade.
Boy.
Good letter. Boy. Fun to say. Buoyant. Bouncy.
Glib.
Glib. Bob. Burger. Bunsen burner. Ooh.
Yeah, Bunsen burner. All right, we got two more vowels here. You know, if I'm looking at vowels, U is. I like you, guys. You gotta have it. It's a letter that doesn't show up. Like you don't hear it in words.
Guessed.
You know it's there. You know it's there.
What? But that said, the words that begin with U are horrible. Uranus, Uganda. Usher's a cool word.
Uranus and Uganda. That's true.
I don't know, but Usher is a cool word. Pusher, also a cool word. Flush.
I mean,
Thrush.
are we thinking?
Yeah, I think B.
Okay. B tier. And then I.
It's a sleeper.
I like when I makes a word plural.
Yeah, that is alibis. That's not a good example. Alibi is a singular, but a singular that ends in I is also cool. But like cacti.
We got to pick a vowel for S tier. We got to pick a vowel for S tier. The vowels are very important, right? First of all,
idiom.
Idiom. Yep, done.
Great
word. Two
yeah.
I's in that one. And then Florida. We got Florida.
Iodine. Yeah. Florida. Okay. Well, F is, flunk, fail. You got an F. You're a fool. But you could also be a friend. Or you could play the fife. Or you could be part of a fiefdom or a foe. I'm liking this. Yeah.
And then L, I think chill.
F is also, you can say like, go F yourself. Like there's a lot of, it's good.
Yeah. I think that's right. I think L is, dude, like using that as the end of 2 L's at the end of a word. Shrill. Chill.
Yeah. Dill.
Okay.
The word lilt the word lilt, according to us, is an S tier word.
Lilt?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Still is a
great word. Yeah. 6 is an S tier word.
Zach, Z-A-Q. Terrible. Worst word.
I mean, honestly.
Well, there it is, folks. Rich and Josh have ranked the alphabet. Save and or download.
Yeah, download that. We're going to need to revisit that later because I have a feeling if we bring this up 2 months from now, we're going to disagree with everything on here.
We're going to be really... We're gonna have to tear it apart and start over.
Like this.
All right. Well, the good news is it's archived forever on the internet. So.
And we'll. What did Shane Gillis say about his dad's tweets? And we'll now sit on a server that will outlast all of humanity.
I do want to go back to this place. Get out of here. Where did we look? What Old Station Bar and Grill. Let's see if they have a
Oh, they're definitely closed on Veterans Day.
100%.
That is today. They're definitely closed.
Let's go ahead and
Veterans, thank you for your service.
Thank you, veterans. This is how you know it's going to be a great website when it's max-sams-.business.site.
.business.site. Oh, look at this website. This is great. Look at that grill picture.
That's what we do here.
It looks like something that got out of control, if I'm being honest.
Look at
that fire does not look like it's contained. Fresh fresh beef straight from the farm.
That's it.
All right, hold on. Let's see these reviews. Good bar to hang out at and have a few drinks. Really nice views and great place for just relaxing. Okay. Very lovely place to go. They treat you great and you never have to watch over your shoulder. What the fuck does that mean? What the hell? You know why? Because it's only whites. That's why. You don't have to worry about it like when you go into the city.
It's a great place, people. Just a nice place all the way around. Space. 5 exclamation points. This is great.
Kenneth
more,
H.
Please.
K-name. I like that.
Hang on. Here's the gallery. Oh my God, they got goats there. Are they serving veal? Is this the veal shop?
I think veal is a cow.
Is this how fresh the... Oh yeah. Is this how fresh the beef is? Is that it?
Look at that sign, dude. Look at this sign. First of all, any place that has a sign like that, I'm immediately interested in.
I want to see what this sign says. I think we can do that actually. Let's go ahead and back it up. I can't believe the Google car made it here.
I know. Leslie Gordon, Magisterial District.
Leslie Gordon, Magistration. So is this also her office? Is that what that means?
Could very well be campaign headquarters. Yeah, that's the whole restaurant. Never have to look over your shoulder, I'll tell you that much.
And you never
look here, buddy.
Over your shoulder.
Look here, buddy. You want to have a meal without looking over your shoulder?
How many bears do you think they see a year?
I mean, I would imagine that there's more bears than humans that go to this place.
I mean, this is like the bears. Bears are. I'm
Yeah.
surprised there's not cinder blocks on this or something.
Yeah.
Keep the raccoons out.
Yeah, they probably gave that up a long time ago.
What do you think? What do you think RWO stands for?
Oh boy, something progressive and tolerant. Firm, fair, and full time. The 3 Fs.
Have you been looking for a magistrate that's full time? I got
None of
your
this
candidate.
part-time magistrate shit. I'm on the clock from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at least 3 days a week.
30 minutes for lunch, but otherwise
Close for 30
full
minutes.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Yeah. RWO is definitely something that, most people would agree with.
yeah. Yeah, that's not a controversial. Is that RW? Rhino.
Yeah, I think-
Oh, it's right. It says Rhino.
Rhino. Okay. Republican in name
Well,
only?
Yeah.
Is that what that stands for?
She's not. So I think it's clear that Leslie Gordon is a Democrat.
No, I would say a Republican.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were being serious. I don't know if I totally
Yeah.
understand that term, though.
Republican in name only. You don't understand that one?
Yeah.
I
Does
don't. I don't
that
either.
mean that they call themselves a Republican, but they're really liberal?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess I do get it.
That's from what I understand. That's it.
All right, I gotta run. Even though my company is off today, I've got to work. Are you working today?
Little life. Yeah, we get a floating holiday,
What's that mean?
so I can use it any other day, but I can't. We're open today. If the markets are open, we're open. That's how it works.
So you could use a holiday for today, but everyone doesn't get it up. Okay, I got you.
We can use, or I can take Veterans Day observed anytime after today
I don't.
as my own personal Veterans Day observation day. I can choose to observe Veterans Day in the springtime on a golf trip.
Dude, a lot of
so
people
choose.
are asking me if they can see this on Spotify. Is that something
lot of
we can do?
people?
Yeah. Relative to the number of people that reached out, almost all of them said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we. I guess we can certainly reach out to Spotify and see if they'll purchase this broadcast.
Kind of a weird question to ask, right? Like, yeah, you find us on Spotify. I don't know. Is it free to put something on Spotify?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We had 3. I'm the only one watching now, but we were up to 3 people, and it's not my parents. I didn't tell them that we were doing it. My mom substitute teaches now, actually.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so she can't watch She was bummed out because now she can't watch this.
You are free to upload your own music. Yeah, so we can upload to Spotify.
Well, there you have it. A new frontier. All right. Listen, I think this is fun. I think we use this. I think we use the same document for the agenda. I don't think we.
I also
think we just
got
changed
feedback that the time wasn't ideal.
When do they want it to be done?
From Shira
What'd
and a
she
few
say?
others. Everyone just said the same thing. Like, wow, 7:30. You got the prime time spot, huh? Or like, that's really early.
What do we want to do it at 10 o'clock?
I
mean,
don't
that
fucking
doesn't
know
work.
when they want us to do it. I'm just telling you what I heard. Can't please everyone, you know what I mean?
You didn't ask. You didn't ask. What
No,
their
I didn't ask.
suggestion
I
was?
wrote that off. I don't give a shit what they want us to do.
Well, that's the way to do it. You have to actively argue with your fan base.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Good fan engagement. Really get into their ass about it and find out why they feel the way that they feel, and then tell them not to feel that way.
Yeah, that the way they feel is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
All right, buddy.
We'll do it again on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Later.